opening segment too that I think might remind people of a certain boss in that game.
So here we are in Toasted Arena at night. It is, of course, cold because it's still frozen. Like I said, Mario can fix that later, but the undead haunt these lands.
So these little guys are Chinchos, and they make the desert sand situation much more challenging because they keep springing out, particularly when you're in wide open spaces, and they will just keep gathering. You have to be very careful to keep an eye on your surroundings because you can have a whole bunch of those guys sneak up behind you if you're in the middle of something else. You won't even realize they're there.
And there's an infinite supply of them. There is no way to deal with them so you can explore in safety. So I also wanted to highlight a few of the fast travel options. So because the worlds are huge, you have to be able to get around quickly. One thing, if you've activated checkpoint flag, as Cappy helpfully explains, you can go straight to it. This map, I haven't done much in this particular map, but I also wanted to point out the sort of travel brochure thing we're doing here. There's little articles about highlights of the areas, done exactly like it was the sort of travel map you might get at the hotel lobby.
And if you peruse that text, there might be some hints in there as well.
There are, yeah.
It's worth reading the brochure.
Yeah, it is. So this is a Jaxi, and I think this is what Matt was alluding to.
Right, yeah, this is it.
I love his voice.
Yes. So Jaxis are a very fast way to travel and not entirely relaxing.
Exhilarating.
Yeah, let's go with exhilarating.
Yes. Giddy up.
So they are very fast.
And they can just plow through the Chinchos, which is nice. But they're okay. You can, as the button tells you, you can break. They're immune to the poison. You can break, but you can't break for very long. So you basically just use it to make quick corrections.
I wonder if you can swing the camera around to show when he breaks, because his animation when he breaks is really cute.
Yeah.
Why are you making me go slow?
And Mario just barely holding on.
Yeah, his facial expression when he's riding the Jaxi is pretty priceless.
Yeah.
And these little spots that we'll see here with the bench and the little signpost, those are actually Jaxi stands.
Yeah.
So if you need to call back your Jaxi, that's a convenient way to do it.
Yeah, if I go into this building and come out, the Jaxi won't be there anymore, but I could summon him again at the Jaxi stand.
And it's honestly really fun to just whip around this kingdom on the Jaxi.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but be careful about edges and cliffs.
There's also one Jaxi-specific sublevel that I am probably not going to attempt today because I'm terrible at it. But you'd have to have really good Jaxi steering controls.
Yeah, I think if you thought that whole penguin slide in 64 was hard, wait till you try the Jaxi maze. It is not for the faint of heart.
All right, so here's bullet bills. Got to capture those. As we mentioned earlier, bullet bills are one of the capture targets you can't hold on for very long because they do tend to explode.
And they have this nice little headlight up front, which is really nice when you're trying to do this precision steering in a space like this. So you can kind of line up your positioning, and then maybe you want to give yourself a speed boost. You can do that and feel confident about where you're heading.
Yeah. All right, so now there's another cannon over here. Basically, every time you see a platform in this particular area, you want to trade out your bullet bill because you need a fresh one. And I decided to be a daredevil and grab this, and conveniently my enemies destroyed each other.
But you really do want to grab all these coins.
Yeah.
Another little bit of recap. So we've got two different kinds of currency in this game. We've got the gold coins, traditional Mario coins, which you can collect in any of the kingdoms, and you can spend those in any of the kingdoms as well at the Crazy Cap shop. But then those purple coins are the regional currency, and you can only collect those and spend those in the kingdom that they're from.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
dang it.
Mario, no.
I got confused about left and right there for a sec.
I was about to say, Motokuro-san yesterday talked about the reasoning behind that, and me going to foreign countries myself and dealing with different currencies depending on where I'm at, I thought really made sense, and I thought it was a really cool touch.
Yeah, I remember I was in Japan for the first time, and I was completely I don't know what to do with any of this money. Is this the correct? Yeah, I just gave bills every time, and I collected this huge mass of coins that I didn't know what to do with anymore because I didn't know what they were worth.
Yeah, I know when you always felt kind of guilty going to a new place and you're just holding out your money some of this is right? Which ones do you need?
And here, money is upside down triangles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool stuff you can buy with the currencies. So different outfits for Mario is certainly part of it. There are souvenirs that you can use to decorate the outside of your Odyssey, and also you can decorate the inside. And some other goodies in those stores as well. So it's worth hitting every crazy cap you find just to see what they've got in stock.
Yeah. It also occurred to me just as you said that, Matt, that the money here is upside down. Maybe this isn't fated to be.
That's all right.
The money here is upside down triangles,
We'll get
and
this.
it's probably a reference to the inverted pyramid, which is one of the big local scenes. I'm going to try this one more time, and then we'll just move on to the city material I had planned.
I believe in you. You got this.
Thank you. Thank you. And
I believe in your next
faith in
attempt.
me was
No.
misplaced.
I believe in your next attempt. Maybe we'll skip those coins and go for the wider one.
All right, there's a slightly wider door there. Let's try that,
Right,
and then I'll give up. All right.
One other thing that I know Motokuro-san mentioned earlier on 83 as well, I don't know if it came up in the stream, but just through a conversation earlier, is the fact that in this kingdom in particular, a lot of it was inspired by his own trip to Mexico and how much he loved it there. And the architecture and the aesthetic there. And I think the development team has actually drawn a lot over personal travel that a lot of them have done into different places.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was not on the stream because I didn't hear that. That's neat.
It's a bit of a love letter to their experiences traveling.
Another thing I love.
Come on, Buttermilk.
It's a lot like driving a car without brakes.
Well, yeah, and it's a lot like
Oh, you got it. You're good.
shooter
Boom.
games on
There we
like
go.
the arcade era or 8-bit era where you had like overhead view.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love how this game has the 3D adventure. It has like the